Good morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you watch this. We're back.
Again, lucky you.
Don't roll your eyes too much.
I didn't roll my eyes just then. You're not looking, see? Look at the detail.
I was telling the audience, not you, not everything revolves around you.
Oh, because that comes from you, because nothing revolves around you at all. Around.
Today's topic is all about what...
You've forgotten.
No. Goldfish, remember? Can you just introduce?
You're doing a good job.
Okay, so it's
What? There you go.
what males think versus what females are actually thinking.
Cool. This is a black hole, this one.
Yeah. AKA, I see this all the time with my parents because I can't really talk about my own experience. There's no one there. Dad will go, "What's wrong, Rachel?" Mum will say, "Nothing." Okay. Clearly, if she says nothing, there's something wrong. Or, "What's wrong, Rachel?" "Oh, no, don't worry." Okay. She told me not to worry. Red flag, red alarm bell. Don't worry means you need to worry. But males just don't understand. You really, it's like you're so oblivious to this. It's like, I'm only just going to think about this and like the surface stuff. Because yeah, she looks fine. Internally, she's bloody dying or she's dealing with other stuff. But I don't really see that. She told me she's fine. If she wasn't fine, she would just tell me she wasn't fine.
I think firstly, right, this comes back to the way men are typically brought up. Right? So more often again we generalize here, but let's just look at one side of the coin, is that a lot of men are brought up with the mindset of emotions are something that are kind of weak in a lot of respect. You know, like you don't cry, you don't do this, you don't do that, you know, tough men lead, do. And I honestly, and what I've seen is that once men get to that late stage of life is they lose touch of those emotions. Also, they've still got those emotions, but they don't know how to deal with them. Right, and the way they deal with them is just kind of ignore, right? Like, you know, shut off. So when they start seeing those things arise in a partner, it's just second nature. It's like, oh, okay, shut up, fine.
Do you reckon they see it though? Or do you reckon they're a little bit oblivious as well because they're just...
I think a little bit of both, but most men can sort of feel, right? And especially if they've been in a relationship for a little bit of time, they kind of know because there's this backlash of when she says, don't worry, fine, no stress. The next day, we should have worried. Well, fuck, I didn't know that. So I think they genuinely know, but for us, it's easy to say, okay, shit, no worries, done, move on. Like, I don't want to get caught up in the emotion. I'm just happy just to do what I got to do. So I think firstly, it's men and their connections to emotion and how we deal with them. I think at times can be a little bit tricky. Depends on how you've been brought up, but often, you know, it is like that. And then second bit is, I think you don't know how to interact with it. Like she goes, oh, nothing. And then you're like, well, all right, well, but no, what is it? And then she starts opening up and you're like, oh, I don't know what to do here. So it's that fear of, oh shit, I'm opening up a Pandora's box. You know, females' minds are really, really, really complex. And for a man, I've got 3 sisters and a mum, and I've lived with them for a long time. Not anymore though, I'm happy to hear.
Only just.
Bullshit, it's been like 2 years. Yeah. I still can't understand it. And I don't think men ever will.
No.
Because you go through so many different things at so many different periods of time. Every month you're going through different emotions constantly. You know, I think I learned that. So I think I'm one step ahead of most men. So I think for men there's a bit of a fear of, I don't know how to handle the situation. And I don't know, you tell me, you're a lady, I think. The way you burp sometimes and stuff. But does the conversation then come out of it? No, I'm okay. No, what's wrong? And have that conversation. Will that help?
I feel like it's just seeing that they care as well, because I feel like a lot of the times when you are upset, you like to talk to your friends or talk to someone that you hold a really strong relationship with and there's a lot of trust. So it's nice to be then they pick it up and then actually want to just listen to you, because a lot of the times us females, we just need to talk. What's going up in here, we just need to let release. You don't even need to say anything half the time. Yeah, we might ask for your advice and we probably just listen to it and probably not take it. Let's be real. But just being there and actually listening and not being there on your phone or being like, yeah, or like having a face like actually show some sort of compassion care, appreciation that they are opening up and that they do trust you or are confiding in you as well. Because I find that's when men are like, what's wrong? And you try to tell them, they're just like, and you can tell they don't care. And I think that then starts another argument to, well, why don't you care? Why don't you give me, not attention, but like, you know, because we're such sympathetic, we've got empathy, us females. So if we see a male upset, we're like, what's wrong? And we actually, it's just in our nature that we want to fix that problem, or we want to just be there for support. So knowing that that can then be reciprocated, it's what we want.
It's a big word for you, reciprocated.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, Google that, didn't
Had to
you?
make sure I used it in the right context, because sometimes I don't use my words in the right context.
Speak in the right context, yeah.
Yes. So I think that's a really good point as well. It's just being there and just showing that support, and that, showing that support by just listening as well. And not just taking the easy option out, because you know that there's something wrong. But you're too scared to...
Open the Pandora's box. Because a lot of people we haven't got the skill set to be able to do it.
Half the time we just need you to listen.
Yeah, but say that. But you know what? Just say I don't feel okay. Don't say everything's all right, because it's clearly not. So it's just as much as female's fault as male's fault. Like, if something's not right, say it. Don't just be like, oh no, I'm okay. Well, no, you're not.
Well, we don't
So
like
just
to
tell
feel
me.
like burdens either.
Burdens, but a relationship is relying on one another. Like, if females learn to communicate a bit differently with men, I think it'd be a big difference.
Or maybe you should just understand the female mind.
It's impossible. Not even you females understand your own minds, because it's beautiful. It's complex. It's great. It's awesome. I'm not even going to go there.
Trying to say.
But I'm like, just reframe how you say things then.
Yeah, but then you look back at males, and males are shocking at communicating themselves.
Of course we are. But we're not whinging. We're not.
Yes, you can be whinging because you say something, or you think that we should have picked up on it, and then it comes flip us back. It's like even like with example money sort of thing. So like if pay on the credit card or something and the male gets angry, it's like, well, why'd you pay on the credit card? It's like, well, why didn't you just tell me? Well, you should know, sort of thing. You guys need to communicate too.
We communicate very differently. Both minds are very different. Females communicate more on an emotional level. Men communicate more on a surface level.
Surface level.
Not saying men aren't connected to emotions, because we are. It's just the way we express them often is
You
a
have
little
a
bit
hard
tricky.
time expressing. It's fine. But then again, and I always like to show two sides to the story. A lot of men don't like to show emotions because there is some females that don't find it attractive for a man to be emotional or to show feeling, because they want that macho man, the guy in power, the alpha male. So I understand why sometimes males don't show emotion, because the person that they want doesn't want that.
But then look at those relationships where the man is the alpha, and look how they often turn out. You know, it's a very one-sided relationship that often lacks a lot of empathy and connection. Like, I think a lot of females search for, oh, I want this alpha, and then they kind of get it, and then it's a bit like, oh, I can't really express this side of myself because it's been suppressed because of this and because of that. I think the most important thing is balance. Balance between both.
And communication.
Yeah. Communicate. Just tell us how you feel.
Oh, but you just know. You know if
Doesn't matter. I'm not going to
It's
poke
like
the bear if
either-
I don't want to. It's the same as, I just...
See, doesn't care.
No, I
Doesn't
care, but why am I going to poke the bear if the bear doesn't want to be poked?
Because then you're just going to get yourself into trouble even more.
Correct, so
later
I can't
on down
win.
the track.
Either poke the bear now and get in trouble, or I don't poke the bear and get in trouble. Like, either way, the male's life is fucking really hard.
Here we go. Now we'll just do the whole... No, something's wrong. You can tell. Like, use your cues. Use your bloody intuition, your knowledge. See.
Be honest. If something's not right, no, it's not right.
Or just use your knowledge and just look at the room.
Men
Read the room.
Men won't poke the bear. Actually, I do, because I enjoy getting to the bottom of things, but I'm a little bit different. Most men won't poke it. It's easier to be oblivious than it is to ask for the information. So communicate.
It goes both ways. Don't
I
worry,
agree.
females. I got you. I got you.
Don't worry, man. I've got your back too.
Anyway, that's another one done, and we'll see you next time. Whoa, you're gonna.
Oh, you want to communicate? So what would you like me to do? See, this is the same thing. Are you gonna? What the fuck does that mean? What do you want?
Press that red button.
Well, that makes sense, and we press the red button now.